Hey guys, this is future Mr. Brooks. I am looking back at the next problem that we're going to do, and I realize it's a little involved and complicated. We're still going to do it, but I wanted to do at least one that was not necessarily as complicated. So let's get to it real quick. All right, suppose that you are some kind of medieval army, okay? And there's this castle. So this is my attempt at drawing a castle wall here. She got this castle. I used to do this as a kid. All right. So you got this castle wall, whatever, and you're trying to scale the wall. So you need a ladder to go up this wall. All right. And you're trying to figure out, well, you know that there are some, let's say there's some archers up here and they're shooting down at you. So you know you can't get too close to the wall. As a matter of fact, you know that you can get exactly 30 feet away from the wall, okay? So that the archers can't get to you. So what you need to do is you need to figure out how long does this ladder need to be, right? And so to figure out how long the ladder needs to be, you know the fact that the wall itself is 40 feet high. So the wall is 40 feet high. You can start from 30 feet. The question is, how long does your ladder need to be? Okay. So if you look at it, you can tell that this is really a right triangle here, right? So it's really just a Pythagorean theorem problem. So to figure out how long it is, first I need to determine, okay, is X my hypotenuse or is X my leg? I can determine that this length is definitely going to be a hypotenuse. It's longer, right? And not only is it longer, but it's opposite that right angle. So what I can do is I can say, okay, I can set the problem up. I can say 30 squared plus 40 squared equals X squared because, it is because it is actually, a right triangle here. So it's going to be 900 plus 1600 is equal to X squared. That's what we're trying to find here. So then what we'll do is we'll say, okay, well, that's going to be 2,500 if I add those two together. And it turns out that if I take the square root of 2,500, I get 50 equal to X. So the ladder needs to be 50 feet. All right, back to the other one. Suppose you're a firefighter, okay? And let's say that you are trying to rescue a cat out of a tree. So here we've got our tree. And let's say it's a ridiculously tall tree like a cedar tree or something like that. Let's say that the total height of the tree or where the cat is I'm literally making this up as I'm going, but let's say it's 40 feet. Let's say that your truck is already 20 feet off the ground. No, that doesn't look like a very good firefighting truck, but you get the idea. It's already 20 feet off the ground. And you know that your ladder reaches 25 feet up. The question is, how far away from the base of the tree do you need to park? So there's a lot going on in this problem, but we can kind of figure it out. So I kind of want to break this down into a smaller problem, a mini problem. Obviously, this is a Pythagorean theorem problem. because we've got, if you think about it, we've got this right triangle in here. Where this is x. So the question is, okay, well, how far up from this point here to the top of the tree, how tall is that? Well, if the truck itself is already 20 feet, right, then, you know, and the whole thing is 40, you can tell that this is, you know, this is 20 feet. So now all we got to do is try to figure out what x is. So what we can do is we can say, all right, use the Pythagorean theorem, we can say x squared, because it's a leg in this case, because this is our right angle. So we can say x squared plus 20 squared is equal to 25 squared, and see if we can solve. That ended up being x squared plus 400 equals 625. If you subtract 400 from both sides, you end up with x squared is equal to 225. And if you take the square root of 225, you end up with x is equal to 15. So the answer is 15, and then obviously needs to be parking about 15 feet away from the tree. All right, so I know this was kind of like had a lot going on, but you got to think about it, especially if it was just a word problem. Make sure that you are understanding what the problem is asking. Drawing a visual of the problem to me is very, very helpful. But I think after some practice, you're going to be great at this. All right. See you in the next video.